Okay. All right, getting set up. All right. So tonight we have yoga focusing the mind. We're basing this one on a funky flow. So there'll be lots of movement to begin with, easing us into those three poses. So dancer pose, warrior three, half moons. We'll do lots of movement, and then at the end we slow it right down, and that's where the focus comes in, because we will string those poses together and move really slowly between them. So we're going to sort of like float around and head into them. But there's lots of flow to begin with, so a little bit faster than our other classes tonight. All right, if you're using the playlist or any music, you can pop it on and then find your way into child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide, drop yourself in. Make those movements as if you are wiggling yourself into child's pose, finding a little bit of space. Dropping into your practice. And let's right away tune into the breath. Not changing it, just noticing. Being aware of how and where the body is breathing. Allow the breath to wash through the body, easing away any tension. And start to deepen the breath. Taking long, steady inhalations that expand the body. And then emptying fully on that exhalation. And as you rest here in your child's pose, the option is there just to rock the head gently side to side. So you're just massaging out across the forehead. And when you're ready from there, lift yourself up. Find your tabletop position. So some of these slower moves are just to really tune us in with our body tonight. So we're taking alternate legs and opposite arm to extend. So reach right arm forward, left leg back. And then we move nice and slowly. Try and touch down with hand and knee at the same time, and then pick up the other side. So you can take it at your own pace, but be conscious of how you lift and lower. Find that sensation of lengthening out, fingertips to toes. Rest of the body staying nice and still. Take one more on each side. And then when you next return to tabletop, tuck the toes, inch the hands forward, lift yourself into downward dog. And arriving here, just pedal the legs. All right, come forward to your high plank. Lengthen out through the feet if you need to. And then keep hands and feet just where they are and take it forward and back. So big breath in here. Hips go back to downward dog as you breathe out. And then ripple through the spine to come back forward. Bend the knees and the hips back. Take a few goes forward and back. Moving nice and steadily. Next time you come forward into high plank, stay there. Just awake the core up a little bit, press into the hands, pick up your left leg. Keep everything else nice and still. Drop it back down, pick up the right leg. That's it, one more each side. Keep the tailbone long. Last one. Keeping your high plank, bring the weight forward, breathe in. Knees or toes lower all the way down to the mat. Release the toes, keep the elbows in. Breathe in as you lift into cobra. Lower down on the exhale. Twice more. And then after your third cobra, release the hands down by the sides and lift into locust, picking up through the legs, the heart. Reach back towards the heels. Lovely, lower it down, press hands underneath the shoulders. Return to your downward dog. All right, feet together at the back of the mat. Lift your right leg up nice and high, breathe in. And then bring it forward as if knee to nose. That's it. Take it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. As you come forward this time, take the right knee a little bit wider and start to take your weight onto your left hand. So we're going to have this little hover pose tonight. If you can always keep the hand down, but if you can find that way to balance, when we arrive at the front, then you can lift the arm up. So it's like a little in between, coming forward, little pause, and then step. It's just to make you stop as we travel through. So find your evolved lunge. There'll be lots of chance to practice it. Take an inhale. And then bring the hand down inside the right foot. Lift the heart, sink the hips, but keep the back knee lifted. High lizard. Lovely. Walk round to the long edge of your mat. Turn the toes forward. Take a breath in, lift halfway. Forward fold as you exhale. Lovely. Come back up. Walk it round back to the front. And step back into your downward dog. All right, so take it the same on the left side. Make sure your hands are wide enough so that when you want to hover, you have a little bit of weight into that right arm. So left leg, lift it on the inhale. Knee to nose as you exhale. Just the same, breathe it in. Breathe out as you squeeze the knee forward. Breathe in, three-legged dog. As you come forward, try and hover that knee in and lift your left arm up. It's easier said than done. And then drop your left foot forward, find your evolved lunge. That's it. Take an inhale. Hand comes down as you exhale, inside the foot, find that high lizard, sink the hips. Walk around from there to the long edge of your mat, spinning the toes forward. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Fold forward as you exhale. Come back up, halfway lift. Walk back to the top of your mat. This time step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center. All right, we're taking a variation of our salutations. So big inhale to sweep the arms up. As you exhale, hinge and fold. All right, for your halfway lift, come right up. You'll see why in a minute. Lift the fingers up the shins. You want the body to be parallel to the floor. And then rather than stepping straight back, we're taking a warrior three. So that's why you want the body to be sort of halfway up. So you then just extend the arms and the legs back. That's it. And then drop the toes down, lift into your crescent lunge. Yeah, we'll take the first one slow, take an inhale. As you exhale, hands come to the floor, step it back, downward dog. Moving through regular vinyasa from here, come forward on your inhale, high plank. Knees or toes you can lower. Take your cobra. Return to downward dog. As you return to downward dog, make sure the hands are a little bit wider. Your left hand is going to be taking the weight. So lift your right leg up as you inhale. Come forward as you exhale and hover that right knee. And then step forward, lift the right arm. Inhale, revolve lunge. That's it. So if that doesn't work, just step it forward. You'll still be on the same lift of the arm. Just try for a little hover. Big inhale. And then exhale, hands come down, step forward into fold. All right, other side, inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Find that halfway lift, fingertips up the shins towards the knees, body parallel with the floor. And then left leg from there is floating back. Lift the heart, extend back, warrior three. Drop the left toes down, inhale, crescent lunge. Take a breath or two here, first time. Lovely, big inhale. Hands come down as you exhale, step back, downward dog. We're coming forward on the inhale to high plank, lowering all the way down as you exhale. Cobra for this one. If you want to then introduce up dog, you can. Take it back, downward dog. So hands a little bit wider. Spread the fingers of the right hand particularly. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Hold that hover if you can. Then step. Inhale, revolve lunge. Bring it down, step forward, top of the mat. All right, breath to movement. Here we go. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Come up halfway. And then exhale, warrior three, right leg back. Drop the toes, inhale, crescent. Exhale, back, downward dog. That's it. Come forward on your inhale to high plank. Lower on your exhale, all the way or half the way. Take your back bend. And then return to downward dog. Awareness in that left hand. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Bring it forward with a hover if you can as you exhale. Then step, inhale, revolve lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Yeah, inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, come all the way up and then left leg floats back, warrior three. Drop the toes, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Lovely, come forward on your inhale to high plank. Move it through your vinyasa. Taking it back to downward dog, awareness into that right hand, left leg lifts on the inhale. Knee to shoulder or hover as you exhale. Step forward, inhale, revolve lunge. Exhale, back, top of the mat. Lovely, let's take one more on each side, all breath to movement. Big inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Right leg back, warrior three. Use all of your breath. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, downward dog. One breath to get there. Come forward as you inhale to high plank. Move it through that vinyasa. Awareness in the left hand, right leg lifts on your inhale. Bring it forward and hover as you exhale. Step and lift the right arm. Exhale, fold to the top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Left leg back. Drop the toes, inhale, crescent. Downward dog. Bring it forward on your inhale, high plank. Lower it down, move through. Awareness in that right hand, left leg lifts as you inhale. Bring it forward to hover. Step and revolve lunge. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Lovely. Take a couple of breaths. All right, bend into the knees. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center. All right, working into our poses that we will come back to super slow at the end. Start by hugging your right knee in. So you've got a choice here. You can just hug this right knee in, stay here, or you can loop the toes and take a big toe pose. Find the one that works for you. Pressing down into that left foot, firming up the left leg. Lovely. Release either your toes or your knee and then float that foot back. Find your crescent lunge. And then open to warrior two. Sink down into that left knee. We're holding for a few breaths this first time. So firm the legs. Lift the arch of that back foot. Lovely. Take an inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the arms back. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands down to heart center. Same on the other side. So either hug that left knee in, straighten out the right leg, or hook peace fingers around big toe. Find your big toe pose. Take a few breaths where you are. And then release the knee, release the foot. Float it back with control. Be aware of your movements. Find your crescent lunge. Drop the back heel in, open to warrior two. Bend into that right knee. Wrap the thigh round. Nice strong legs, soften through the shoulders. Holding for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, reverse. Windmill back to the top of the mat. Step forward into your fold. Lovely. Inhale, root to rise, come back up. Bring hands to heart center. All right, slight difference this time. Wrap your right leg around your left leg. Take eagle legs. So wrap them round, hug that right leg in. It may wrap all the way around, or it might just squeeze into the outer left calf. Bend a little into the left leg. Feel stable. Hands can be at your heart. If you want to take full eagle pose, wrap left arm under right. Focus on your breath. All right, with control, we are unraveling the arms and the legs and floating that right leg back to warrior three. Keep the right hip dropping. And then float it back. Take an inhale, crescent lunge. Open to warrior two. Little bit different this time. Take an inhale, reverse. And then find your side angle, left arm to left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Lengthen through that right hand side. All right, warming into our half moon from here. So bring the hand to the hip. Start to reach forward, left fingertips tented, find the floor. Stack your right foot, right hip on top of left. Press the right foot away. And then if you feel stable, you can bring the right arm up. Little softness through the left knee, don't lock it out. Expand and open. Lovely. Lovely, 2 more breaths. And then float it back, find your warrior 2. Big inhale to reverse. Windmill hands to the front. This time step back into high plank, take an inhale and move it through your vinyasa. Finding your way back to downward dog. We've got that hover coming forward, so right leg lifts as you inhale. Bring it forward and hover. Step it forward, opens revolved lunge. Hand comes down, step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart center. Eagle pose on the other side. So you're wrapping your left leg around the right. As far as it goes, hugging everything in towards the midline, bending a little into that right knee. If you want to take the arms, right arm under left. All right, from there, you're unraveling the arms and the legs and floating back to warrior 3. Reach back, send the shoulders away from the ears, keep the left hip dropping. And then drop the toes down, find your crescent lunge on the inhale, warrior 2 on the exhale. Coming into side angle, inhale to reverse, and then bring right arm to right thigh. Reach the left arm up and over, spin little finger towards the floor. Couple of breaths along that left hand side. All right, bring the left hand to the hip, gaze down, make sure those right toes point forward. Use tented fingertips on your right hand to form the base of your half moon. Start to stack the left hip, press out through the left foot, spiral the chest. If you're there and stable, bring the left hand up. And then with control, we float it back to warrior 2. Landing there. Good, take an inhale, reverse. Windmill hands back to the top. Step back into your high plank, breathe in. Take it through your vinyasa. Left leg is lifting to take us back, big breath in. Bring it forward and hover, lift the left hand. Then step, inhale, revolved lunge. Exhale, fold to the top of the mat. Lovely, inhale, root to right. Bring hands to heart center. All right, final little sequence before we slow it right down. Take your right foot behind you. Left hand can stay on the hip. Lift through the chest, squeeze the hips forward, finding that balance through the left leg, but also squeezing the hips to get a nice stretch through the right thigh. Couple of breaths. And then from there, release the right foot, send it back on the mat, lift into your crescent lunge. Take an inhale, and then really slowly as you exhale, lower that back knee down. Take as long as you can to touch down. When you do, release the toes, bring the hands down to the floor, and then heel toe your left foot wider. All right, so your choice here is at least a wide lizard. You want to get a little bit into this right leg, so sinking the hips forward. If you can, take your left arm behind you and loop your right to get your right foot and draw it in. I know it's not a nice one, but it's preparing us for dancer, so squeeze that right foot in, spiral the chest. If you don't want to take the leg, just sink into that right hip and press your left knee open. Couple of breaths. Release the right foot if you have it. Come back to the top of your mat, heel toe, left foot back in. When you get there, sweep the arms up into crescent lunge. Tuck your back toes. Keep everything just as it is and straighten out that back leg. So really nice low lunge. All right, from there, we're powering forward to come back up top of the mat. Take your right hand down to catch your foot. Left hand stays lifted this time. You may just stay here, or you can start to tip forward and push your right foot away into your right hand. So you're opening through the shoulder, kicking foot back, everything's nice and strong. This left hand comes forward. Yeah, a couple of breaths there if you can. And then release. Come to stand, feet hip width apart. Nice big inhale, reach the arms up. Take a chair pose. Inhale, and then fold forward as you exhale. Bend into the knees, inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center. All right, taking that on the other side, left leg is lifting, right hand on the hip. Find that quad stretch. Squeeze the hips forward, drop the knee down. Release the foot, float yourself back, find your crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. As slowly as you can, bend that back knee. Eventually landing down, release the toes. Hands come down to the mat, move them inside your right foot and heel toe the right foot off to the side. So you're either taking that spiral of the chest, sink into the hips as much as you can, or take your right hand behind, catch your left foot, draw it in towards the hips. Breathing here. Lovely. Release the foot nice and slowly. Come back to the top of your mat. Heel toe right foot back into center. Sweep the arms up through that low crescent lunge. Tuck your back toes. Stay just as you are everywhere else, but straighten up the left leg. Nice and low. And then we come forward for our dancer pose. Left foot is caught, right arm stays lifted. You may just stay here or start to tip. Keep a little softness through the right knee. Kick the left foot away. It would be good if I landed on my screen. That's it. As you tip forward, send that left foot so back and up. That's it. Push it into hand, hand into foot. And then release it, come back to the top of your mat. Looking for time, we're fine. All right, we're going to flow through our salutations once on each side, get everything moving, and then we're going to come to those poses really slowly. So arrive at the top of your mat, hands to the heart. All right, use all of that breath. Big breath in, lift and gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, hinge and fold. We come up halfway, fingertips right to the knees, and then float the right foot back. Find your warrior three. From there, drop the toes. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Ripple through the spine as you come forward to your high plank. Exhale, lower it down. Move through your vinyasa. Left hand a tiny bit wider as we come back. Take that right leg high, breathing in. Hover it forward as you breathe out. Then step, revolved lunge. Come back, top of the mat, forward fold. There we go. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge, fold it straight back down. Halfway lift, come up. Left leg back, warrior three. Drop the toes, crescent lunge. Find your downward dog. Come forward on the inhale. Lower on the exhale. Take your back bend. See if you can really get a little bit of hover time. Lift that left leg as you breathe in. Come forward, hover the left hand. Step, find revolved lunge. Forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart center. All right, we're going to have 2 goes on each side so that you know where we're going and you can get a feel of how we're going to slow it down. So we're going to go from dancer to full warrior three, carefully into your half moon, which means you have to externally open through the hips, and then to warrior two. Be fine. All right, so we'll do just the first bit back to the top, and then we will do it with a vinyasa, both sides, and that's the hard bit done. All right, so we're starting in dancer pose. Bring that right foot up into your hand. Left hand lifts. I'm going to step back a bit because I hit the wall. All right, so this is your starting point. You don't have to lean forward, but if you can start to find your fullest expression of dancer, you can move there. And this is where we transition slowly. That right foot just extends back. Your right arm comes forward. We reach into warrior three. Keep softness through your supporting leg. From there, slowly, left hand down, right arm lifts, externally rotate the thighs. Lovely. Bend into your front leg as slowly as you can. Mine wasn't very slow. Come back to warrior two. Take an inhale, reverse. Windmill to the top. Step it back, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart center. We'll take it the same side, just the same, nice and slow. Now you know where you're going and how it feels. We'll add on a vinyasa at the end. So right foot clasped in the hand, left arm lifts. This is where our focus begins. So press into that supporting foot. Take a full breath in and then move into your dancer pose. So you know how this feels now. The hips stay level with the mat. Release your right foot. Let your right hand come forward. Extend. And then left fingertips come down, land lightly. Right foot flexes, hips open, half moon. And then slowly we come back to warrior two. Oh, my front foot. Take an inhale, reverse. Windmill to the top. This time step it back, high plank. Breathing in, come forward. Lower through your vinyasa. Right leg is lifting. Hover it forward as you exhale. Step it and lift into revolved lunge. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart center. Take a moment here, connect with your breath. We're going to do the same on the left side. Short bit to begin with, and then we come back to it. So start by grabbing the foot, lifting the right arm, finding your balance. Tip forward into your dancer pose. From there, you release the left foot, but keep the leg lifted. Reach forward. We don't often take warrior three fully, so really extend if you can. Drop the right fingertips down, open the hips, move into your half moon. Float your left foot back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Windmill hands back to the top. Step forward into your fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands back to heart center. So final flow on your left side. Shake that right foot out before you start if you want to. All right, here we go. Take that left foot. Reach the right arm up. Find your start. Big breath in. Move into your dancer pose as you breathe out. Lovely. From your dancer pose, release the back foot, reach the left arm forward. Yeah, find your warrior three. Like a flying warrior three. Start to drop down into your half moon, right fingertips down. Find that balance. Open the hips, expand. Even if you're wobbling, you'll still be focusing. Flow that left foot back, warrior two. Lovely. Take an inhale, reverse. Windmill hands to the top. Take it back, high plank, breathe in. Move it through your vinyasa. Final hover coming forward. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Hover that left knee forwards. Lift the left hand if you can, and then step, revolve lunge. Lovely, forward fold, top of the mat. Take a couple of breaths, forward fold. Lift halfway, fingertips up the shins. Step yourself back into a downward dog. Draw the low belly in. Feel that rising energy meeting at the tailbone. And then drop the knees down to the mat. Move them wider. Big toes to touch. Sink the hips back to the heels. Return to your child's pose. And again, just rock the head gently side to side. Massaging across the forehead. Massaging the point of the third eye chakra. And find stillness with the head. Inch the hands a little bit closer and bend at the elbows to either take prayer position behind the head or drop fingertips towards the shoulders. Sink the chest. Final couple of breaths here. You can release the hands back to the floor. Lift yourself up nice and slowly, come through all fours. And then spin the legs round underneath. So landing back on your bum. We're going to take a high boat pose. So rock back onto your tailbone, keep the chest lifted. You can use fingertips behind the knees if you want. Lift the heart, find balance, keep breathing. And then rest the feet down, bring soles of the feet together and just fold or collapse yourself forward. Doesn't have to be a long spine, just roll the body forward, drop the head. And slowly bring yourself back up. Lift the knees together, keep the feet on the floor. Take a big breath in, lift the chest. Roll yourself along the spine, down to the mat. Take the arms overhead, straighten the legs out. Take a full body stretch. And then bring the arms back one at a time. Draw the knees into the chest. Draw them close. Rock through the low back. Or round yourself fully into a little ball. And then from there, as you unravel, you move towards your Shavasana. Take up space. Allow the body to rest. And find a position where there's no strain on the low back or any other part of the body. So if you want to bend the knees or use bolsters, you can. Make any small movements. Once you land there into your space, take a full breath in through the nose, fill the body, hold at the top. And then sigh it out through the mouth. Big releasing breaths. One more full breath in through the nose. Take in as much air as you can, little hold. And sigh it away. The focus and the hard work is done. This is your place to just be still. Begin to slowly bring your awareness back. Return to your physical body. Take those bigger, expansive breaths. And then begin to return movements to fingers and toes. And reawaken the body with any movements that you would like. And when you feel ready, make your way back to a seated position. As you settle back into that seat, keep the eyes closed. Find an easy posture. And draw the awareness into the third eye, the place between the eyebrows. The location of our focus, but also our intuition. We close our practice, taking a final big breath in, reaching the arms up high. Breathing out as palms touch. We take thumbs to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Thank you all for joining me for your practice. Namaste.